Pieter, you've introduced a policy which has been the first of its kind to allow women to choose not to sit next to men. And as a woman, airline agnostic, it is a policy that would be quite favorable in my eyes. Are you consciously looking at attracting more female travelers to your airline with this initiative?
You know, we've done some research, and indeed already we have a significant share of female travelers. And basically technology now is enabling some things which were not able in the past. So if you combine some of the customer needs with technology, with the fact that IndiGo, as part of our philosophy, really is a courteous and hassle-free service, we brought it up as a test. And really for female travelers to check in and to see where they can sit next to another female traveler. And actually it has resounded very, very well. Of course with our customers, but also international. We got a lot of attention on that. And I think it speaks to the innovation of IndiGo and the fact that we move forward and not only have affordable fares and low cost and all, but also put a lot of emphasis on our customer experience.
Have you done some numbers on how much female travelers that traffic has gone up after this policy announcement?
No, we haven't have these numbers yet. We're in the process of getting those. What we do have actually is very positive individual reactions, and even on social media we got quite a few from female travelers giving their positive feedback on this initiative.
Yeah, and I have some sympathy with that view. There would be really widespread for women to have that option. You're also starting premium and business class on select domestic routes. Again, a very strategic move. What does that do for your overall plan to expand and attract more passengers?
Yeah, thank you for addressing that. I think India is changing, and India is changing in probably two ways. First of all, it's the size of the market, and all the growth numbers and the fact that IndiGo aspires to double towards the end of the decade are basically pointing in that direction. The domestic Indian market today is already the third largest market in the world, and looking at the numbers and the outlook, GDP driven, we can see that the sheer size of it will continue to grow. But size is not the only change. There's also another thing happening in India with clearly a very aspirational group of travelers, much larger than we have seen in the past. So against that backdrop, indeed IndiGo has launched an initiative, and the details will be revealed soon actually, to start a business service on the nation's busiest and business routes. So we keep the very fundamentals of the company of being a low-cost airline, serving all these small communities throughout the nations and having great air connectivity in many tier 2 and tier 3 cities. But looking at especially some of the larger cities and communities, we see an increasing need for a more premium product. Being the leader in the country, we felt it was the good time to introduce that.
Sure. Pieter, if I may ask you a slightly broader question. It's a very, very difficult industry to operate in. What is it what makes you think that IndiGo has the solution that makes it the top airline and stays that way in the years to come?
Yeah, I would even make it more specific. In India, it's a very tough environment. And if we look what happened with numerous airlines in the past, India is a tough operating environment in terms of customers, in terms of customer demand, really, in terms of the cost levels of operation, in terms of the fact that there are some weather influences, and in terms of the fact that it's highly, highly competitive. IndiGo, I think, has been able to demonstrate, and will be turning 18 soon. IndiGo has been able to demonstrate in that environment with demanding customers, with a costly operating environment, to stand out, and we continue in that way.